Welcome, Dr. Spring. Thank you for joining us here today and for sharing your insights into the benefits of volunteering with our Walden community. Could you tell us a little bit about your background and why you originally decided to pursue your PhD in public health at Walden University?
Absolutely, I'd love to, and thank you for having me. So, I spent many years working in clinical research from entry level as a research assistant, research coordinator, research manager, and then director of clinical research, leading multiple projects and overseeing teams in the field of clinical research. But while I had a lot of experience, I was starting to realize that pursuing a PhD or a terminal degree in public health would give me, more credibility in the field as I worked amongst, leading researchers and physicians in clinical research. And it helped me to engage more deeply with other clinical research and healthcare professionals. It was also so important to me to advance from teaching part-time, which I was doing at a local community college, to eventually becoming a university level professor. One of the main reasons why I ended up choosing Walden was because of its focus on positive social change and the flexibility. This allowed me to keep my full-time job while, going to school and studies and focusing on my studies. My dissertation was something I was very interested in, a topic that I was passionate about, and it was on advancing health equity through diversity in clinical trials. And throughout my career, I've seen how underrepresented populations are often excluded from important research, right? And I wanted to contribute to making clinical trials more inclusive. And this commitment towards health equity, it really helps to continue to drive the work that I do today as a professor as well.
That is wonderful. And could you share a little bit about how volunteering at professional associations has helped you build new skills in order to advance your career?
Sure. So I have volunteered at a few professional organizations in alignment with what I do professionally, right? So volunteering at these organizations, they have been a major turning point for me in building skills that have helped me to advance my career. So for instance, I've volunteered on the Association for Clinical Research Professionals, ACRP, and I served on the content committee for that organization. And that's where I work with a team to create new testing materials for their testing, which is an organization that certifies clinical research professionals. This experience kind of helped to give me valuable insights into curriculum development and content validation. And these are skills I would not have gained through my regular, 9 to 5 job. So I gained this, amazing skill set through volunteering. I also had the opportunity to volunteer with the American College of Rheumatology, and I was on the annual planning meeting committee where we would plan a large-scale conference for 15,000 attendees every year. And coordinating such a massive event, it really helped to teach me project management, logistics, and teamwork on a whole new level. So I found that these experiences not only expanded my skill set, but they also, deepened my connections, networking within the field. And, it helped me to advance in both clinical research and in higher education.
Thank you for sharing these very important points about strategic volunteering and gaining
Absolutely.
skills outside of your work role by being a part of leadership roles and being active in professional associations. And how did volunteering at your alma maters help you gain new skills and share your expertise with others?
Sure. So during my time at Walden University, I joined the National Society of Leadership and Success, NSLS, and this further enriched my experience. I also volunteer as an alumni ambassador, and I've had the opportunity to speak to current PhD in public health students recently at an in-person residency in Atlanta. This role really helps to hone in on my public speaking skills, my leadership abilities, and it allows me to share my journey and my insights with current students who are embarking on the same exact path I was on not too long ago, right? So I also feel like staying connected with my alma mater, it helps to open doors to valuable mentoring opportunities. I also have volunteered with the organization where I did my undergrad degree. These skills help to level me and make me more credible and more seeking in academia as well as in other professional roles. And they're highly transferable. The skills you gain from volunteering, they're highly transferable to any work setting. Volunteering in these capacities have really been important in helping me to refine my skills and with extending my impact within the academic and professional community.
Yes, that is excellent. These are wonderful examples, I should say, of ways that you can pay it forward, but also at the same time building your brand and supporting social change and the energy that comes from inspiring others and helping others also find their own individual career paths. And how did you build your professional brand and inspire others by volunteering in educational and in community-based organizations?
So I'd say that volunteering in educational and community-based organizations, they have really helped to shape my professional brand and inspiring others. By offering my expertise in public health and clinical research, by volunteering on committees, right? I've had the opportunities to mentor. I've had the opportunities to teach and guide the next, generation of students and community members alike. So this work has helped me to develop my leadership and my communication skills, helps me to improve on so many levels. But it's also helped to position me as a trusted resource in my field. I founded my company, Springwell 360, which is my health equity company. And I've been able to extend this mission even further by creating content and programs that address disparities in clinical trials. Volunteering has allowed me to showcase my commitment to health equity. And it's so incredibly fulfilling to see the impact of this work, the impact that it's had on people and on underserved communities. So I volunteer to speak on health equity and clinical trials in high schools, churches, colleges, platforms like this, right? And it really helps in building my professional brand as a subject matter expert in this area. It's also helped me to inspire others about, and raise awareness to pursue similar paths, demonstrating the power of using your own skills, your own passions, and your knowledge to drive positive social change that Walden really advocates all of its students to do.
You truly live Walden's social change mission and
Happy to do
contribute in
so.
so many different ways. And how did volunteering help you pivot into new career directions?
Sure. So by volunteering, it's really helped me to turn, and volunteering can help anyone to turn and head into a new career direction. So by volunteering at various professional and community organizations, I was able to explore different aspects of public health and clinical research. And these are areas that I would not have had an opportunity to learn in my regular 9 to 5 jobs. And this led me to start my consulting business, Springwell 360. And this venture focuses on fostering equity and inclusion in clinical trials. And this is a passion that grew through my volunteer work. Volunteering also helped me to advance my career in higher education. It allowed me to strengthen my reputation as a scholar, practitioner, and researcher, and it opened doors to becoming a speaker. Some of them are paid, and expert at conferences. And, these experiences really helped me to build a well-rounded skill set, making the transition into consulting and academic leadership literally the next natural set of steps. And so it's been rewarding to see how these opportunities have enriched both my personal and my professional growth just by paying it forward and giving back.
Yes, altogether, there have been so many skills that you've gained. There has been such a great impact that you made for others. And finally, what additional advice would you have to give to Walden students and graduates regarding the impact of volunteering?
Sure. This is something I always share with people, with my mentees as well, because they look at it, oh, it's free work. Don't look at it that way. So my advice to Walden students and graduates, it would be to embrace volunteering as a strategic way to build your reputation and to gain valuable skills in your field. Volunteering, it's networking, right? It opens doors to new connections. It's going to help you pivot into new career directions, and it offers opportunities to learn and grow outside of your traditional 9 to 5. One thing I want to, stress to, students is that volunteering doesn't have to include a huge time commitment. For example, many of my volunteering time commitment has been 1 hour per month. Sometimes it's less. And the key is you have to be strategic. You want to choose opportunities that align with your career goals and focus on what you'd like to learn or contribute. Professional organizations, which for me have been organizations such as ACRP or APHA, because these are specific to public health and clinical research. Or you can even look for student organizations at Walden, nonprofits, and educational institutions, because these will all be a really great place to start. But ultimately, in the end, you want to know that volunteering can help you become a stronger scholar practitioner. And it's also a chance to give back to your community in any field. Mine happens to be public health and clinical research, but whatever field you're working in, it's a chance to give back. So in my experience, I've found it to be rewarding, and it's not only helped me grow, but it's also allowed me to make a meaningful impact with the work that I do. So I really encourage Walden students to get involved. Your time and expertise, they're always going to be valuable. And the benefits you'll gain they'll be long lasting.
Thank you so much, Dr. Spring, for sharing your insights, your incredible background, your social change focused experience, and your wisdom with myself today and with our audience at Walden University.
You're welcome. It's really been a pleasure to be here. I love this opportunity.